Hi, I'm Ronnie Chowdhury and welcome back to my Practical C++ 14 set of videos. Today I'm talking about classes, namespaces and testing. Classes come with advantages such as encapsulation and polymorphism, but also disadvantages such as isolation and polymorphism, and performance. Beyond the typical interview answer of vtables impacting virtual functions and their performance in classes, there are more subtle points to consider that can be addressed very elegantly in C++ 14. I'm a fan of clear testable code, and I take a leaf from functional languages such as Haskell, where functions are self-contained and easy to test. C++ being multi-paradigm, and STL reinforcing the functional aspects means that we can take advantage of these characteristics in our testing. Pure functions are those that are called multiple times with the same result, and that is to say, their state is captured within their inputs, and there are no side effects. Although we can't guarantee that in C++ 14, we can come close to that ideal. Classes contain state, so the execution of one function may alter the state for a subsequent call. Pure functions avoids these. Let's do a simple CSV reader class in the way that probably a naive implementation would be, and then let's explore its shortcomings and how to get around it. First thing to look at is this member function post-process file. What does the vtable look like? It looks like this. You pass in a disk pointer. That's an extra register that you need to call. And the optimizer may optimize away, but only if it understands that there's no other dependencies on this later on in the code, which I've only found when the methods are really simple. Testing with private member variables is really difficult, I find. The only real way I've seen it is by doing an if-and-def test, which kind of makes everything public. So we also have this performance issue as well. So let's get rid of both problems by moving the CSV reader into a namespace. Using auto and no except to eke out a little bit more performance from the compiler. Moving code out of the class into a namespace means that the test case becomes simpler to reason about. You can see the read file takes in an input, takes in an output. It's a pure function. You can call it many times as you want and the same result appears. Post-process function also can be moved into an anonymous namespace locally. It means it's no longer part of the interface. It can be again tested independently. And now have a simple testable piece of code that's clean to call from an interface perspective and easy to test, and is performant because it doesn't have any unnecessary allocation of variables that it doesn't need. No excepts stops the compiler producing exception handling code. Slight performance improvement because the code size is smaller. Thanks for watching. I hope this has given you some insight into how to write pure functions which don't have state and thus become simpler to test, and as a side benefit, slightly more performant because you've given a little bit more information to the compiler. Thanks for watching and I hope to see you next time in my continued series.